Hello, my name is Dalton Story, and this is my persuasive speech. Everyone knows about the death penalty. Some agree with it, and some do not. I believe the penalty is very just and should be legal in more states. There are a few reasons I think that this penalty needs to stay. It causes less crime. We haven't used it a lot, but its methods and results are huge, and the Bible talks about it. So when somebody is set up for death penalty on death row, they have two options on how they die. They can either inject pancuronium bromide into their system and it stops their heart, or they get the electric chair. This is a photo of the electric chair. People sit in it here, and they put a cap on top of their head, and it sends a high voltage through their body system and stops their heart almost immediately. DeathPenaltyCircarium.org states with high murder rates would have even higher rates if they did not use the death penalty. What this is saying is there are some states with an enormous murder rate every year, but that rate would be even higher if they did not have the death penalty system in place. Michael Summers, PhD, MBA, Professor of Management Science and Pepperdine University states, "Our recent research shows that each execution carried out is correlated with about 74 fewer murders the following year." So what this is saying is, when the death penalty goes into effect, the next year there will be 74 fewer deaths in that state, which is amazing because that helps slow the crime down, and it helps get the criminals in the mindset of, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. So then it keeps going and going. So every year that they do that, there's less and less murders in that town. Another reason is the results are even bigger than that. Okay, so the deathpenaltyinfo.org states 1,519 men and women have been executed in the United States since the 1970s. That's not that many people in the U.S., and I'm sure their crimes were horrible. So with the fact that it causes 74 fewer deaths each year that it happens, with only having that amount of people dying to the death penalty, it has a significant amount of effect on the way that we as Americans need to close the criminal gap. My last reason is the Bible talks about it. PrisonFellowship.org states, Genesis 9:6 says, "Whoever sheds the blood of man by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God has God made man." So what this is saying is, whoever takes another man's life deserves for his own life to be taken. I go to church every week, and I heavily believe in the Bible. So when it says something like that, it's a heavy subject, but it is just amazing that even God realizes in his eyes that there needs to be an eye for an eye. CitizenScout.org states, at the very least, our reasons for killing somebody have to be better than the killer's reasons. This is where the just part comes in. So if somebody has killed a bunch of people or is a serial killer, they need to have their life taken, because that would be outweighing what they did to what would happen to them. So there needs to be a happy line. We don't need to give the death penalty to everybody who steals a candy bar, but we do need to give it to the people whose crimes outweigh the death penalty. So in conclusion, there needs to be the death penalty to keep order in this world. There needs to be an eye for an eye mentality. Everybody can't just walk around doing whatever they want. And when this plan works properly, it scares more people into committing less crime, and it helps significantly overall. It's the fear factor, because people will think, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. There needs to be a very straight line about the death penalty, and it's a serious topic, but it needs to be taken seriously. Thank you.